2. Hello everybody on Facebook. It's really nice to be back with you live. Welcome if you're watching me on Catch Up or on YouTube. Welcome to my Wellbeing Studios, and we've got a fabulous Feel Good Friday in store with you. So I've got recipes I'm going to be cooking. You might be able to tell, a bit of a clue is in what I'm wearing, and of course the date, coming up to the end of October. So yes, can you see behind me? I have my smashing pumpkins. I brought these up from the farm. So I've been growing all sorts of different shapes. Aren't these amazing? I think these look like kind of little UFOs. Incredible. I don't think they're so tasty. They're more kind of decorative, really. Yeah, and I brought them up as decor because I'm going to be showing you how to make the most delicious roasted pumpkin soup and what to do with those pumpkin seeds. So I'm going to show you really, really quickly how to do that, and I'm then going to put a longer version on YouTube. Signed up to subscribe to YouTube because there's a lot happening on there now. I've got my regular weekly vlog that goes live on YouTube on a Thursday, so that went up yesterday, which is a little bit of an insight chat. And then, of course, lots of recipes that I'm doing as well. So if you want to actually cook along with me, then you can do that. So but I will show you very quickly how to make it. Now, just before I get started, of course, Angela on Instagram, if you are watching, yes, I do have an apron. Okay, yes, I've got my apron today, all very carefully colour coordinated. I really wanted to get a new orange sweater because I just think orange is an amazing colour. Not only is it really good seasonally, but you know, I see some of the most stylish women wearing orange, and it just seems to work with everything, doesn't it? You can put it with black, you can put it with navy, you can put it with dark brown. You know, it just is one of those colours that I think is quite youthful and joyful and positive. And in fact, I haven't got the cover of my new magazine, but I am wearing an orange sweater on that. But that's a different one, that's a thicker one, and actually I got that in a sale last year, and it's an expensive German brand, and it's not available anymore. So I thought, you know what, I'll go and find one that is available. So this is from good old John Lewis. Love them. We put a link, there's a link in Instagram, and also Amy, I know you'll pop a link on. But what I really liked about it is it's got this little rollover edge, do you see? And the little rollover detail. You know, it's often those little details, isn't it, of styling that make something just look so much better than the norm. And this is a size 10, by the way. I know a lot of you ask what I wear, so it comes up, I would say, pretty true to size. But Angela, just for you and for others who are concerned that I'm going to splash my new jumper, I'm going to put on this apron. I'm not sure where this was from, actually. It was a present. The label says Linum, L-I-N-U-M, Linum. Anyway, it's quite nice, isn't it, with the orange. So in a moment, I am going to go live, hopefully, with Emma, and we're going to talk about nutrition and all sorts of good things. But in the meantime, I just want to show you how I am making this roasted pumpkin soup. You will find the recipe on lizellewellbeing.com. Just put in pumpkin soup and it will come up. And it's super, super easy. So what I've done here, I'm just doing a kind of little fast track version. I have chopped up my pumpkin into decent sized chunks and just put in 3 or 4 unpeeled cloves of garlic. So I'm just going to roast that. Okay, so that's the first thing to get the flavour. So that will go in the oven. Then once they're roasted, that takes maybe 20-30 minutes or so. I'm just checking on the recipe here. Yeah, it says about 25 minutes. Basically, you want them until they're kind of soft and brown and caramelised. Then you take the skin off, really easy. Just peel it away because by then it'll all be cooked. And then you're going to combine that lovely soft roasted pumpkin flesh with a couple of red onions that you've got cooked. So chop those up and soften them. You want the juice. Oh, it's my postman. Hello, thank you very much. Through the letterbox. You want the juice of an orange. Pumpkin and orange, fresh orange juice really works well together. And then you make a vegetable stock. Basically, that's your liquid. So if you've been cooking veggies, don't throw away your liquid. Always keep it because then you've got that to use as vegetable stock. Or I like to use something like callo, which is the very low salt vegetable bouillon or organic vegetable stock cubes. And then you just cook that all up again and then whiz it up with a hand blender, a little bit of seasoning, and there you have it. So I'm just checking I haven't forgotten anything on the actual recipe because I do sometimes go off-piste a bit, but no, I've stuck to the recipe, that's what's there. So you might be saying to yourself, what do you do with the seeds, the pumpkin seeds inside? So this is what you do, basically. Take out your innards of your pumpkin and give them a good wash under the tap. And then you're going to take the actual seedy bits, so your actual pumpkin seeds like this, and you will boil them for about 10 minutes or so until soft. And then once they are softened, you can season them. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you about the seasoning of the pumpkin. When I was roasting the pumpkin, basically, with the garlic, you actually also season that with a bit of olive oil, balsamic vinegar, salt and pepper. So I'm trying to be too quick, get through it all. So that's the seasoning that goes in, and then that all sort of soaks in and caramelizes on the pumpkin. It's really delicious. Then, so for the seeds, you've got your seeds, so you rinse them, then you boil them. That's really important bit. Some people just go straight to roasting, but it's actually really important to boil them for about 10 minutes or so. And then you can roast them. So when you roast them, you just sprinkle them onto a flat baking sheet, and then you can cover them with salt and pepper. You can use balsamic vinegar, a little bit of olive oil, you know, anything that's going to make them all sort of seasoned and toasty. Let's just check what we have used here in the, does it say? Yes, it does. Sea salt, cracked black pepper. Oh, look, rather good. It says anything else you fancy. There you go. You can tell that I was writing that recipe. So, for example, you could use mixed herbs. You could use any flavouring. You could add in a little bit of garlic if you wanted. But then if you roast them, this is how they turn out. So these are actually hand roasted this morning. Really delicious, flavourful pumpkin seeds. Really good for us, which is really good because we're going to be talking about nutrition in just a moment. And this is the most delicious bowlful. Look at that, it's still warm. I don't know if you can see the steam coming off it. It's really, really good. And the bowls, by the way, I should give a shout out to the bowls because I love this. This is a Denby bowl and the design is called Greenwich. Not sure why it's called Greenwich, but maybe it's because it's beautiful dark blue, like a navy blue. And they actually do lots of other sizes. These are some of the other sizes I've got here in my studios. Look at these, aren't they just so cute? Really, really love them. And I just thought this colour offset the orange really well. I think, you know, so often we eat with our eyes, don't we? So we want to be serving things really beautifully. So I just thought the orange, sorry, I daren't tip it up too much because it'll go all over the floor. But I just thought if you could see the orange against that. And don't forget that we do have 10% off everything on the Denby website. We love Denby, hearts. So just use Liz Loves in capitals, but do check out these bowls because I do think they're very special. So I am now just going to finish this soup with a little bit of dressing. And I have got here some creme fraiche. Now I actually had to buy this creme fraiche, I will come clean, but I am making it at home, back on the farm. I've got my starter culture. I don't know if any of you have got the Good Gut box, but in that box where you get your 6 fabulous ferments, one of them is for creme fraiche. So you can make it, and it's so easy to make, and it's so much cheaper. And you just keep it going. It's a bit like yogurt, you know, you save a little bit from this time to then get it started on the next time. And it cuts down on all that plastic packaging as well, and all the single-use plastics. So I'm just going to put a little dollop, actually maybe a bit of a generous dollop, because I'm going to eat this later, into the soup. And then I'm just going to take a cocktail stick here and just see if I can make it all swirly. Yes, look at that, beautiful. Just a bit of a swirl going on. And then the other herb that works really well is thyme. So actually this is the other shape that they do for, this is the cereal bowl in the Greenwich. So that's got the white inner, which is really nice, I think. And then the dark Greenwich blue. So that's my thyme. So I'm just going to just pull off a few little sprinkles of fresh thyme. There you go. That's my seasonal lunch. So I'm very pleased to say that pumpkin soup is full of magnesium, which is good because that's really what I wanted to talk about now with the wonderful Emma. So let me just check my iPad because I know Amy, who is manning Facebook, is keying through some questions as well, which I will try and get to. I know that we've got a lot going on in today's little broadcast, but we will try and get those questions as well. So... right, let me go on to Emma's Nutrition. There you go, that's her handle on Instagram. And hopefully, it's always a perilous moment, she will be there. It says waiting for Emma's Nutrition. So let's see. Hello, Emma, you are there.
So hi.
How wonderful. Really nice. I'm just going to adjust my screen so that hopefully people can see us. Now, for those watching on Facebook, I'm really sorry. We can't split screen for Facebook or for YouTube, but we can on Instagram. So those of you watching on Instagram will see the lovely Emma at the bottom of the screen, and then we will just make sure that we talk really loudly, okay, so that everybody else can hear. Just going to give you another little tweak. So I was working out, Emma, when we first met, because you came to my studios, it must be maybe, I don't know, was it 2 years ago, 18 months ago, to do a podcast?
Right, something like that. That's right. That's when we first physically met. Yes.
Yeah. And obviously we've been chatting to and fro on Instagram, as you do, part of the community, because you're also part of the menopause doctor community, aren't you? Newson Health up in Stratford-upon-Avon.
Yes, I'm the nutritional therapist that works there in the clinic. Yeah, along with Dr. Louise Newson and the whole fantastic team there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're very much plugged in. I'm just going to see if I can turn you up a little bit on here. Oops. I don't want to shut you off. I haven't shut you off, I hope. No. Good. So you are very much plugged into midlife women.
Yes.
Which is what we like.
Yeah.
And the specific nutritional needs. And I know there's been so much chat online recently about mighty magnesium. And when I started looking at it, and we've written about it in the magazine before, you've probably read features about magnesium that we've got online. And it just seems to have so many multifunctions, from helping with anxiety to sleep to stress. Talk us through magnesium, sort of, what's it doing for us? Why do we need it?
This is the thing with magnesium, and it's involved in hundreds of enzyme or enzymatic activities in the body. So if you think about muscle contraction and relaxation, magnesium is involved in that, as well as calcium. If you think about our neurological system in our body, including our brain and kind of our mood even, magnesium is involved in the enzymatic activities there. We have magnesium receptors in the brain, that sort of thing. And neurologically, all our kind of nerves in our body involve some magnesium to larger or lesser extent. Yeah. Including, when you talk about muscle and, in fact, nerve activity, of course, you're talking about the heart. And so, the functioning of the heart involves magnesium doing its job, and it can go on massively from there.
I also read, when I was looking it up, about the way that it works with vitamin D. We're obviously hearing a lot about vitamin D for our immune system, and with COVID recovery being better if you've got lots of vitamin D. What's the relationship then with magnesium and vitamin D?
Okay, they have this interplay, this dance almost.
Okay, so Emma's doing this. For those of you on Facebook who can't see, Emma's, one hand's obviously magnesium and the other hand is vitamin D. Can you do the dance with us?
So it really does. So it just, first up, if you don't have enough magnesium, the vitamin D you take in your body cannot be converted into the active form. So literally, you can be piling the vitamin D into your body, but if you don't have enough magnesium, it's not going to be activated.
That's amazing, isn't it? So, and where are we going to get our magnesium from? Because I'm sure everyone's going, oh my goodness, how do I make sure I've got enough magnesium? I did read that there is a bit in pumpkin, so I'm looking forward to eating my pumpkin soup. I might actually have to have a little mouthful, sorry, while you chat.
A bit in most foods, but it's really a lot of that stuff. Yeah, it does look good.
It's very good. Sorry, it was just too tempting not to try it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, one of my favourites, green leafy vegetables.
What's that? Is that chard you're holding? Is that Swiss chard? I love
So,
Swiss chard.
Amazing, but all green vegetables. Green vegetables generally, broccoli, pumpkin seeds. I saw that you made your own. So
Pumpkin seeds, yes. Here's some I made earlier. Very proud of these. Really tasty too. Oh, I'm supposed to sprinkle them on the soup actually, not just eat them.
I know.
There we go. Yummy.
So, quinoa,
Quinoa.
Green vegetables are great. Whole grain are great. Nuts and seeds are great. Legumes are great. But the thing is, not all of us are eating a fabulous whole food diet. Yeah. And this is how we get so depleted. If we don't kind of pick up on our whole foods way of eating, we're not enough magnesium in.
Yeah. I know that Lily and many of the people watching and listening will know that Lily's going through lots of health issues at the moment. But one of the minerals that she was told to supplement right from the early days when she was being treated just for migraine was magnesium. And a lot of people with migraine are being told to, significantly increase their magnesium levels.
Most definitely, most definitely. It really seems to relax, especially, so it relaxes the muscles around the head, which contributes to it, but it also does many other things. It's that neurological kind of, the nerve endings, and so it just has this calming effect in the body.
Which we so want. I've just had a question actually here that's popped in, I think... I'll just check and see whether it's from Facebook or Instagram. Yeah, this is from Louisa, who says, have you any tips for coping with anxiety? Well, I mean, presumably, making sure that you're getting good supplies of magnesium or considering a supplement even would be one of those things.
Absolutely right. No, a supplement. So at Newton Health, we have a supplement.
Yes.
We chose it particularly, this supplement. You
So
can't
which one? So I've got, I mean, this is what I'm going to talk to you about actually, because... people who followed me for years and also more recently perhaps here will know that I'm not a massive fan of supplements. I do prefer to get everything from diet, but there are specific instances when absolutely, and times of our life, particularly as I'm finding, through menopause and perimenopause, when we just need that bit extra. And magnesium for me was really kind of moved up the list of what I needed. And I remember when I came up and actually opened Newton Health, I forget how long ago it was now, seeing for the first time the range of supplements. These are just genius from Newton Health, and developed in conjunction with Dr. Louise herself, but being a doctor, she doesn't promote them, so we never get to hear about them. So this is kind of a little hidden secret that really is only available to people who go into the clinic. But I spoke to her and spoke to you and said, look, could we do something, with you? Because I know you sell them on your website, don't you?
Yes, I do, yeah.
Yeah, which is fantastic. And we've got a discount. So before anybody else asks, there's a Liz Loves 10% discount. But the two that are really interesting for me, there's Magnesium Plus, which is pure magnesium. Oh, it's got some other bits in there as well. That's good. B vitamins. And then there's the Berry C complex. Yeah, so shall we start with Magnesium Plus? Because this has, it says on it, magnesium as malate, citrate and ascorbate. So why is it so confusing that we've got all these different kinds of magnesium?
Okay, so what we're doing is there are kinds of magnesium that are used in different ways in the body, and we want to cover all bases. We wanted to be able to do the neurological benefits and the muscle benefits and various other things. So we wanted to have different types and also make it tolerable in the gut so it doesn't irritate the gut.
Because which is the one that irritates the gut if you have too much of it?
Is
it the citrate, maybe?
Citrate, yeah, there's a little bit. That's why there's only a little bit in our supplement.
Yes, yeah.
Even magnesium ascorbate, the kind of which is attached with vitamin C, can actually too much at once can irritate the gut.
Yes, I think you're right. I think it's the ascorbate one because that's in the lower quantity here. So here you've got the most of the magnesium malate, then you've got the magnesium citrate, and then you've got the magnesium ascorbate, and then there's also B vitamins. And when we talk about stress and anxiety, of course, B vitamins are again, they get pushed up to the list of what we need, don't they?
That's right. Well, generally, in the perimenopause and menopause, women need more magnesium. Their digestive enzymes sometimes are reduced, so they don't absorb as much magnesium. And also their stress is often elevated. Yeah. We need more magnesium at stressful times. So, yeah. And then these. So what we did was we put the combination together. We thought, right, this is how it's used off the body. Let's put it together like that in a supplement.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Well, I do love it. The one thing I would say, if anybody is getting these, they are quite large. But I see they've got a little line through them. Is that so you can break them in half?
Yes, they have a name at Newton Health as being called horse tablets.
Horse tablets. But they very easily snap in too. Okay. Yeah. But you need to take this much, do you?
Yeah, we do. You do. Okay. That's why we want it to be therapeutically beneficial.
Yeah.
No, that's the point. Don't waste your money on something that's not going to do any good.
It's not going to work, no. Well, I have had my magnesium today. I do absolutely love it. And it's just nice to have a range, I think, that, I can talk about. Because so many people ask me, they say, what do you take? What do you recommend? And there's so much out there. But what I like about the Newton Health range is that it's really small. It's very targeted to midlife women. And it's backed by doctors and science. So, you know, and it just seems to me to have a bit of integrity, and I like the kind of the ethics behind it. And I like the fact that we get a discount. So thank you very much. So we go to your website for that, is that right? Emma's, what's your website?
That's emmasnutrition.com.
emmasnutrition.com, super easy.
And there's shop. It says shop. It is very easy.
And then this one is Berry C Complex. So this has got vitamin C and magnesium and pomegranate, which is rather lovely, and blueberry and plum. So obviously, you know, things like pomegranates, plums, blueberry extract, you know, we know that they're very good for us. Why have you put these in here with the magnesium?
So once again, it's about the synergistic workings of the body. So vitamin C, magnesium, and the phytonutrients in those concentrated berry, they just work together in the body. And so we didn't want to isolate it off like the vitamin C. We wanted it to might do naturally in the body. So we wanted to bring them all in and get them together.
So now here's a question for you. I've got both of these. And I like the look of both of them, if I'm really honest. So the Berry C Complex says take 2 capsules, and the Magnesium Plus says take 2 capsules. Could I just have one of each, do you think?
I don't think therapeutically that's going to be that good. I would suggest you take two with breakfast and 2 with dinner.
Oh, okay.
I mean, two say 2
So take two. So take them the whole whack in one go,
yeah,
or one and one.
Yeah, no, so you're right. Good clarify this.
It's only because I've got to get it in my brain.
With vitamin C, it's best to drip it into your body during the day. You absorb much. So you might take a berry C with breakfast, you might take a berry C with lunch or dinner. And then you could take magnesium in the same way. You can take the magnesium both together if it suits you. We find that people remember most at breakfast. So really, let's get the magnesium in there at breakfast and a berry C, and then hopefully as you carry on in the day, if you remember to pop another berry C in with lunch or dinner, that's fantastic.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to be trying this. I'll put this out there. I'm going to take one of each in the morning, because I will remember that.
Yep.
And then I am going to take a berry C a bit later in the day. I might have to take it at bedtime if I've forgotten. Is that going to be a problem?
It needs to be with food.
With food, okay. I'm going to take it with my supper, then I've been told. And then probably my Magnesium Plus again with that. Or could I take that at bedtime? I know a lot of people take magnesium last thing at night, literally before going to bed to help them sleep.
No, they do, and it seems to be tolerated in the gut. If you want just the most effective absorption, it is better with a little bit of food.
Okay.
It just, when you're eating in your day.
Okay, so thank you. Good to get the expert advice there. One of each with breakfast, one of each with supper.
Good. Yes.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. We will put links. I think Amy has already been busy on Facebook linking so we can see your website. And of course, we should re-promote the podcast that we did, because that was really so interesting, all about getting the nutrition right for midlife women particularly. So maybe, Amy, you could pop up a link on Facebook. And for everybody on Insta, if you head to the Liz Earle Wellbeing website and look at podcasts and just kind of type in Liz and Emma, I'm sure it will pop up. And will you come back and chat to us again, Emma? Because it's lovely to have connected. Now we've got this, relationship going, and we know that we can do this on Instagram Live. I'm sure there are going to be so many more questions from people, because it's just really coming to the fore, isn't it? How all these nutrients can help support the immune system.
Absolutely, yes, I'd be very happy to come on again. And it is so depleted in our diet these days.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And of course, you are Emma's_nutrition, I think, on Instagram. Is that right?
Correct.
So we can all follow you on that as well.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you.
Fantastic. And I'm going to be joining Louise actually tomorrow night. I don't know whether you're going to be hopping onto this as well, but she's supporting a local charity to her called the Playbox Theatre. And she's doing a live menopause talk, and it's the great journalist Lorraine Candy is kind of comparing it, if you like, hosting it. And it's in Warwick, which I can't sadly get up to tomorrow, but I'm going to join online and be part of that. So I'm really looking forward to that. I always love our chats so much.
Fantastic. Yes, I'll be on there as well, watching as well, definitely.
Excellent. Well, I'll give you a wave. Thank you so much for being with us today, Emma. It's just lovely to have you. Thank you.
Okay, pleasure, Liz. Bye.
Have a great weekend. Bye now. Now, I have to be very careful not to cut off Instagram. Wasn't that just so interesting? Do you know, I just think these days I have definitely upped my nutrition, and, you know, as we go back to spending more time indoors, having less natural vitamin D through our skin in the sunlight, it's going to be ever more important, and these things are just so effective and so simple and just so necessary. So do check it out, and don't forget, if you do want to get any of those, whether it's magnesium or anything else that she's also got a very good fish oil, which I've been taking. It's quite a big capsule, but what I like about it, it's just one capsule and that's it. That's like all my DNA, DHA sorted, and the EPA as well. And you can get all of that with 10% off. So a couple of very, very quick questions here. This is from Marie on Facebook. Hi Marie, I hope you're watching today. You say, I'm very interested in cold therapy, but not sure how to get started. Will I get any benefits from a cold shower? Well, this may be because I've been posting about my visits to London Cryo, where I have had my body temperature dropped to minus 130 degrees. And it's an amazing experience, and it's incredibly good for the immune system, and it can lift clouds of depression and stress and all of that. So there's lots and lots of reasons why we might want to consider it. Now, we do have a Liz Loves discount, so if you are in London, or you can get to London and want to go and try it, then if you just say Liz Loves, you'll get 20% off being frozen. But if you want to do something similar at home, obviously it's not going to take you down quite that level. But there are definitely benefits to be had. It's like wild swimming, which I've written about. And as you know, I've been wild swimming with Lily, particularly to help her migraine. Well, if you've got this issue, this was the May-June issue of the magazine this year. I put a little post-it note there just to remind me, because I wrote about wild swimming. So that's my Live Well for Longer piece, all about wild swimming, because the summer's quite a good time if you're going to get started, because then beyond that, the water starts to get really, really cold. But I have got, if you've got this, it's on page 32, and it says, brace yourself for a boost at home. And it tells you exactly how to have a cold shower, okay? And, you know, the kind of temperatures that you need to aim for and how long. Now, some will go straight in for an icy blast. They'll just turn the tap on, the cold tap on full, and get straight in. You can do that. That is quite hardcore to do it like that. Or you can, which is my preferred method, I get into a lukewarm shower and then I just gradually turn it down until it's really cold. And then you want to be really aiming to stand under the cold for 2 to 3 minutes. But you can build up slowly. You know, you can set a timer. You can say, right, okay, today I'm going to count to 20 seconds. I'll be in there, you know, 1 elephant, 2 elephant, whatever, 3 elephant. And then you just build it up. And before you know it, you are actually doing a few minutes. And it is incredibly bracing and really invigorating. By the way, if you haven't got this issue, May, June, we have sold out of it, unfortunately, in print. But you can get it on Readly. Now, if anybody has yet subscribed to Readly, I think it's genius, because you pay 1 monthly subscription. I think it's $7.99. But again, if you use our link, you actually get a free month. But yes, you pay a small subscription, and then it gives you access to virtually every magazine in the world. And it's a really good thing. And it's also got Liz Earle Wellbeing on there, so you get Liz Earle Wellbeing. And you also get back issues. So we haven't got all our back issues, but there's a lot of them. So if you want to get this magazine and you haven't seen it, then head on to Readly. And also, I'm just going to reach over here because I will show you the Hello magazine. Because actually Hello, hold on with just one tick, is, don't hit it from on my table. Hello is also on Readly. So many of you have just left lovely, lovely comments about the feature in Hello that we did. And this is actually one of the first features. It's me on my farm. So, but my older children are here, and just talking about lots of important things, really. It's all about the power of positivity and living well and kind of looking after others and strength in adversity, I think, shall we say, and a rather glam picture of the fam. Anyway, if you are not able to get a printed copy, and I know a lot of my friends watching overseas won't be able to pick up the actual copy of the magazine, but Readly do have Hello magazine. So again, Amy, I think you popped a link on Facebook. If you follow that link, you get a free month. And again, on Insta, I've got it on the link tree. So those of you who are brand new to, I can see I've got lots of new followers. Oh, hi there. Hi, McDonald. You say, love Readly and loved your piece. And hello. Thank you. So really worth clicking on the link. And I think they're actually, it says here, they're doing an even better promotion at the moment, which is great. So that is a really good thing to do. So that's that. The other thing, before I go, that I wanted to mention, which is something really special for the weekend, and you may have seen me talk about these people before, and this is the Real Flower Company, and sorry, the Fresh Flower Company, get the name right. So the Fresh Flower Company, aren't these just the most beautiful blooms? And they've come in this beautiful box, the Fresh Flower Company, and I just wanted to kind of open them up here so that everybody could see before I took them out of the box. So, look at that. Aren't they just gorgeous? And the reason that I'm mentioning them here is that we do also have a Liz Loves code. So 10% off all their lovely, lovely things. I've talked about them before. They are a female founder-led British floristry brand based in London. And they specialise in British flowers, so British seasonal flowers. We've got beautiful hydrangeas here. Look at that colour. Can you see that? Really stunning. And the colour of these roses, I mean, goodness knows where they find those. I mean, look at that. That is just so unusual and perfectly themed, of course, with my pumpkins and the grasses. I've got eucalyptus in there. I've got all sorts of really, really pretty things. So if you're following on Instagram, you know how I normally do my haul flowers. You will no doubt be seeing these. These are going back to the farm with me to make a special appearance. So thank you very much indeed to the Fresh Flower Company for sending these. They are absolutely stunning. And I do highly, highly recommend them. I've had deliveries from them before. You may have seen me talk about them. I've been so impressed with the quality, and the way they last and the way they're delivered is just great. So really nice to support brands that are doing it well. So that is just about it for today. Don't forget, it is Friday. So Friday, you know what that means. It means two good things. One is the Friday 5 podcast. So that's coming up a little bit later on. And also it means newsletter day. And I have just seen, just before I started, the newsletter that is coming out this afternoon. And honestly, it's so jam-packed. Massive thank you to Amy for working so hard on it. Amy puts these newsletters together, obviously with input from the rest of the team and from me as well. But it's a really, really good one. There's some lovely recipes, so I do hope that you're signed up to it. You better be quick, because she presses that button in the middle of the afternoon to send it out. And if you're not on the list, obviously you're not going to get it. So hopefully you will get it and you will absolutely love it. Thank you, Amy. You popped, oh my goodness, it's 15% off the Fresh Flower Company. She's just messaged me on Facebook. I can see it there. That's great. So Liz Loves, all in capitals, gets you 15% of these beauties. Oh my goodness, it made my day to receive these. It really did. I'm sure it would make anybody's day, anybody's week really. Anyway, sending you all lots and lots of love. I'm going to be back with you on Monday. Monday is a special day because I'm supporting the Prince's Trust. And they're doing breakfasts. They're doing the brilliant breakfast on Tuesday morning. And I said, well, I can't do a breakfast because I don't broadcast on a Tuesday and I don't do breakfast anyway, you know me. So can I do brunch? So they said, yes, Liz, you can do brunch. So I'm going to be doing a brilliant brunch and talking about the Prince's Trust and sharing just a little bit of the history and how I have worked with them over the years and just bringing that to life a little bit. So plus lots more good stuff. So I hope you enjoy it. Wishing everybody a really happy, healthy, calm weekend. Stay safe, stay well. Sending you loads of love. I can see all the hearts on Instagram and on Facebook as well. Thank you. See you very soon. Bye-bye.